Hey everybody, welcome back or welcome. It's been a while, yes. Last week, my husband was on vacation and we actually managed to get the shed finished, built, painted. All we got to do now is put shelves on the inside and put in the loft. But I am so glad that's done. But I'm glad to be back too. So today we're going to try these HEB limited edition black pepper ketchup potato chips. Now, I've always been curious about ketchup potato chips because I think it's a big Canadian thing. But I thought we'd give them a try today since this is something new. And it won't be, oh, it smells good. I wish I had smell-o-vision. It just smelled like I popped a bottle of fresh ketchup. Yes. Anyway, while I'm sitting here munching a few potato chips so I can let you know how good they are, I thought we'd do a little reminiscing. It's like this is kind of the point of why I started this channel was to get onto video some, experiences and talking about family members. And there's a lot of people, I'm almost 70 years old. So a lot of these people are no longer with us. But that doesn't mean I don't remember them, you know? So it's like, for some reason or other, recently, I've been thinking about my Aunt Clara and Uncle Jack. Now, this was my great aunt, was my grandmother's sister on my dad's side. My dad's family was they were all from Indiana, lived in the Terre Haute area. And that's where both of my grandparents were from, but when they got married, I think my dad was maybe 3 or 4 years old when they moved to East St. Louis because my grandpa got a job with the railroad. Now, I didn't know him because he had died before I was born because I was a very, very much surprised baby at the end of 4 others. My oldest sister is 18 years older than me, or I'm sorry, was. I don't have her anymore either. And she had a child before I was born. So my mom and my sister were pregnant at the same time. But that's a whole nother story. We was talking about Aunt Claire and Uncle Jack here. Anyway, we used to drive over. We lived in the St. Louis area. We used to drive over once or twice a year to Indiana to visit my dad's family, and we would always stay at Aunt Clara's. Now, they were retired by the time I came along because they were the same age as my grandparents. And they had a farm that, he leased out his land to someone else, and they just had their little area. And Uncle Jack, he kept himself busy with the little gardens, and he was always outside in the barn. But when we would visit them, it would be my parents and me and my sister. And she was 6 years older than me. Well, Uncle Jack, it was the only place we ever had nicknames. Uncle Jack, it's like, as far as he was concerned, my sister, they had always called her Dutch. And when I came along, I became Little Dutch. So when we were there, we were Dutch and Little Dutch, and there was no change in anybody's mind. But I always remember when my Aunt Clara, when she would get ready to cook dinner, and boy, could she cook. And she had this freezer in her house. It always seemed like it was, 30-foot long. It was so big. And I don't remember a single time that she didn't open that freezer and pull out a pie to put in the oven. She always had that stuff made ahead of time so that, just in case. But yeah, there was always pie and there was always ice cream in there. It was amazing. But anyway, I remember one year we went and they had bought a calf that, we're going to raise this cow and we're going to fill that freezer. And yeah, I think the cow outlived them. It's like, I was still a teenager when they both died. And it's like, I think the cow was still around. They had one daughter. Her name was Eileen, I think. I had never met her. It's like she lived on the other side of the country and was married and had her own family. And I don't think I ever met her. But that was their only child, It was like, I don't know, just sometimes you think about taking those drives. And it was always so exciting to turn into their drive, because you knew you were there. And it was always fun at Aunt Clara's house. They had a big swing in the backyard and a front porch swing and, of course, a cow. And it's like, I remember Uncle Jack got us to go snipe hunting with him. Yeah, I learned that lesson early. But, I just wanted to talk about, something and have a record. And so there's going to be times when I do bring up my family and talk about things because I don't want to forget. And once I'm gone, well, there'll be nobody else left to talk about it. And I'm really the only one left that remembers any of this stuff because everyone else is gone now. And it was just something I just got on my mind yesterday, and I thought, I'll do that when I do a taste test. So, these are really good. Mm. They're not as ketchup-y as I thought they would be, because I'm not a real big fan of ketchup, but it's like one of those things that every few months I'll put them on my French fries, but if the French fries are hot, I don't want anything on them except salt and pepper. But yeah, these are really good. Nice and crispy. Got that little bit of black pepper aftertaste. You can see the pepper on there. And a little bit of ketchup. Not overpowering. I really, really do like them. So they're only going to make them for a couple months and then they won't be available anymore. I have to go to Canada to get my ketchup chip fix. Fix. These would be really good with hamburgers. Because I actually kind of prefer chips over burgers. But anyway, here's the thing. They're good. They're kind of light, got a light taste, a little bit of pepperiness, and nice and crunchy. Because of all kinds of chips in the world, I really prefer thin potato chips. So there you have it. If you have an HEB anywhere around you, or a Central Market, or any of their other Texas brands, or if you know somebody in Texas that's going to come, yeah, tell them to pick you up some because these are really good. So we will see you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're so inclined. And I will catch you on the next go round. Bye.